Remember the swimming sensations of the 2008 Beijing Olympics? Michael Phelps broke Mark Spitz's record of 7 Olympic gold medals at a single Olympics by winning 8 gold medals. In 32 swimming events, 25 world records were broken. What caused this sudden success? Although some would argue that new technologies had improved training techniques, many experts say that Speedo's Laser Racer was the cause of so many time drops. The recent evolution of technology has improved training for swimmers. Underwater cameras allow for analysis of stroke technique, and medical equipment keeps swimmers' health in check. High-altitude training has also become popular in recent years. While those advances make swimmers faster, swimsuits do too. Swimsuits have always had an impact on competitive swimming. Over the last 100 years, significant changes have been made to suit designs to minimize the amount of drag they create in the water. In the 1900s, the material of the suit was the factor that had the most negative impact on performance, so suits changed from being made of wool to silk. More recently, suits have been designed to create the least amount of friction. Prior to 2008, Speedo's fast-skin suits were the fastest suits on the market. In 2005, Speedo set out to create a suit that would minimize the negative effect it had on the swimmer and actually have a positive effect on them. The suit was created after 3 years of research and testing in secrecy, to prevent other brands from copying their ideas. A team of NASA scientists, Michael Phelps' coach, Bob Bowman, and the Speedo designers worked together to create the suit. Over 100 materials were tested in NASA's Langley Research Center in the wind tunnel used to test NASCAR models. Polyurethane, a lightweight and flexible synthetic plastic, was chosen.
Polyurethane is a synthetic material. So with synthetic materials, they're generally more smoother than natural fibers, like cotton.
Polyurethane was also beneficial because it is water repellent, so water slides past it instead of being absorbed. Speedo also considered friction. They turned to ultrasonic welding to connect the 3 panels of polyurethane that the suits were made from. Ultrasonic welding uses heat lasers to melt polyurethane fibers together, which reduce friction from old suits that use thread seams. Speedo changed suit size too. Because polyurethane was smoother and more water repellent than human skin, the more skin the suit could cover, the better. Speedo made full-body suits that covered ankles to shoulders to maximize the benefits of polyurethane. The suits were 70 times tighter than other swimsuits and were made with power bands around key muscles to reduce muscle shaking and improve oxygen flow when the muscles grew tired. The torso of the laser had been compared to a corset because of its compression. Swimmers reported it takes approximately 15 minutes to put the suits on, with the aid of rubber gloves and socks to avoid ripping them, because they are so tight. The laser's tightness also molds athletes' bodies. The corset-like abdomen can turn a soft stomach into the equivalent of a six-pack. Beyond that, they hold bodies in a hydrodynamic position, which is the ideal swimming position. A hydrodynamic position is like having good posture while swimming. When a person who's standing up straight gets tired, they tend to slump or slouch instead of standing upright. The laser does the standing up straight for you. Finally, in 2008, laser racers went on the market, selling for $550. They were an instant sensation and named the 26th best invention in 2008 by Time magazine. Swim records started dropping left and right. No other company had anything like lasers, so swimmers started breaking contracts with sponsors just so they could wear one. At the Beijing Olympics, 94% of gold medals were won by swimmers wearing lasers. Some swimmers even wore 2 suits to double their effect. After so much success, many people became skeptical of the suits and wondered if they were helping swimmers too much. To a large effect, other companies started questioning the morals of the suit. TYR and Blue 70 filed lawsuits against Speedo and FINA over the ethics and testing of laser suits. They claimed the suits trapped air pockets, which increased the buoyancy of the swimmer. No official tests ever proved the buoyancy of these suits. However, a test done in England found that the suit itself could hold 12 pounds of weight before sinking in the water. The controversy these lawsuits caused prompted action. FINA, the international governing body for competitive swimming, began testing the suits. According to their tests, the ultrasonic welding reduced friction by 6%, and the compression of the suit gave swimmers a 5% gain in energy. The overall effect was said to be a 2% time drop, which is equal to several years of intense training for Olympians. In 2009, FINA ruled that laser racers were legal due to their buoyancy and ability to mold bodies. The suits were so compressing that they could turn a soft stomach into the equivalent of a six-pack, which gives lazy athletes an unfair advantage, which is not in line with FINA's ethics. Morally, FINA felt they could not allow equipment to provide such a large advantage for athletes when many countries could not afford these suits for their athletes. The same situation was affecting other levels of swimming. Not all college and high school athletes could afford these suits. FINA called the suits technological doping, which is using equipment as an unfair aid in competition. Now, all swimsuits used in competition must be approved by FINA under their new rules. Swimsuits cannot cover above the waist for men or below the knees for men and women. They cannot be more than 1 millimeter thick, have air pockets, or have a buoyancy of more than 1 Newton, and only one suit can be worn. FINA now sells Laser Racer Elite suits for $375. They are a modification of the illegal suits because they still use ultrasonic welding to reduce friction and compression to reduce muscle vibrations, but they are now made of nylon and spandex. While these suits provide some advantage, it is limited. Also, other companies now have similar models at a range of prices, so they are more available to athletes. Suits are not the super suits that the laser racers once were, but world records continue to fall. We may never know the full effect these suits have had on swimmers' races.